I'm kind of jingly today. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen me before, hi, my name is Tamar, also known as Musings of a Curvy Lady, and over on my corner of the internet, I love to talk about beauty, style, fashion, everything lovely. So if that is something that you're into, you're gonna wanna stick around. Today, I'm back with a new fragrance video, and this time, these are all about the fragrances to wear when you're traveling. I recently had a 12-hour travel day, not on purpose, and I got so many compliments, even later on into my travel day. When I couldn't even smell my perfume anymore, I was still getting compliments both on my outfit and on how I smelled, which is such a flex. So if you're interested in seeing my top picks for best travel fragrances, please keep watching. Is that like good or bad? Like, do you enjoy that? I'm just gonna go through it. Before we get started, we have to take care of some house rules. Over here on Musings of a Curvy Lady, we are a family. So I like to talk to you guys. You should stick around because I know you're gonna keep watching more videos like this one and this one. Oh, this one's a really good one. You're gonna wanna watch this. So you might as well hit that subscribe button because you're gonna be here for a while. Just join the Musings of a Curvy Lady family. And while you're at it, leave a like, comment down below because we like to yap around here. And today we're yapping about fragrances that are appropriate to wear while you're traveling. A lot of people might say, do not wear fragrances at all when you're traveling. That is not my ministry. That is not my testimony. I will never ever support that notion or idea. That is fake news. Okay, I'm not buying that. That is propaganda. Okay, when I tell you, I always get complimented when I'm at the airport about my fragrance because it's not expected. You're expected to smell everything but smelling good on the airplane. And I like to, bring a little, something, when I go there. You never know when you're gonna meet your husband. And I'm always ready for a meet cute, okay? Got a little travel size. I have travel sizes of all of these. Plus, I have full bottles because I do not play about smelling good. So the vibe for wearing fragrances when you're traveling should be fresh, clean, uplifting. It shouldn't be overbearing, overpowering. It shouldn't cause someone to have a headache. You don't want any of those fragrances. Believe me, I love me a beast mode fragrance, but I'm not gonna wear Amouage Guidance in a closed contained area like an airplane. Like that is a weapon of mass destruction at that point. But these are gonna be fragrances that people won't really notice until they are that close to you. First of all, why are you that close to me? I'm trying to get settled in my seat, but you just happen, there's armpits. People are raising their arms. They're putting things away. You don't want to be sucker punched with BO, which is another video. Let me know, by the way, if you want to see a hygiene video, because perfume and fragrance is all good and all, but it doesn't mean anything. And I mean nothing if you are not taking care of yourself in the hygiene department. If you're not cleaning yourself properly, if you're not using the right products to stay fresh and clean, do not put perfume on when you have BO. And you know when you have BO, don't do it. It's not gonna help. We have a lot to get into, so I need to stop yapping so much and get right into this video. First up is one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. This is Letta 22 Orris. As you can see, she is very well loved. To me, this is the epitome of sophistication. You know Meredith Blake from Parent Trap? Like how chic and elevated and sophisticated she was. Very youthful, but still like she was that girl. This is what she smells like. This is a very clean, powdery, it has some Orris in there. It's literally called 22 Orris. It's not like baby powder, but it's like powdery in the sense of like dusting powder that's scented, like that old school, like in a beautiful jar, like a crystal jar with a nice lid, and you have like your dusting powder. That's what this smells like. Honestly, this reminds me of what Rose from Titanic would smell like. It's like vintage, old school glamour. That's what this smells like. And so this is not going to be loud in the sense of like, here I am. It's like Rose. Rose would walk into a room and like Jack noticed her. Okay. He noticed some other things too. Like she was so hot. She is still hot, Kate Winslet. But it's so crazy to me how like back in the day, like during Titanic, they called her fat. Like on the red carpet of the premiere, which is asinine. Anyway, this smells like Rose from Titanic. Just very clean and sweet and musky. And this is something that people are going to appreciate when they're coming into close contact with you. Now, this is something I would not heavily spray. You don't need to spray a lot of this because this goes a little heavy. It does perform very well. So what I like to do when I'm spraying fragrance, especially when I'm on an airport, I like to spray my clothes especially, not so much my skin, because sometimes when I'm flying, my skin gets really dry and irritated. She's a eczema girly, so I try not to do too much on my actual skin. So I'll spray my clothes. I usually wear a tracksuit from Spanx and I'll spray the inside. I'll spray like my pant legs. I'll spray anything that's going to like give a bloom of the fragrance while it's in movement. And that's what's really beautiful about fragrance. It can kind of be dormant. These fragrances can be dormant until there's some action. It blooms and people can really get that whiff of the fragrance. Let me tell you some of the notes. So this is Iris, Orris Butter, Violet, and Soft Musk. This is definitely gonna come across very clean. I know people kind of like hate the idea of clean, but when I'm thinking about clean, I'm thinking about someone who's wearing a crisp white linen shirt, kind of like what I'm wearing right now, but like stiff with so much starch, you know, like crispy linen shirt, right? What I'm picturing in my head is just like the wind blowing in the direction away from them. So it's just creating this very dramatic Beyonce effect without like getting caught up in a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just giving that girl. This is something that I would say is signature scent worthy. Definitely something that you can wear every day, but I love to reach for this while I'm traveling, but maybe a shorter flight, maybe something that's maybe like 2 to 4 hours, because I know this is going to perform very well and I'm not gonna be in the airport for a very long time. On to the next. Now, if you want to smell like a cherub angel baby who's just throwing dust of glitter everywhere, you're gonna want to grab this. This is Lake and Sky 1111. This is, it smells like sweet, clean laundry. Not just regular laundry, but like a touch of sweetness. It smells like heaven. What I think heaven would smell like. There's just like clouds, but there's like poofs of sweetness being like just bloomed into the air. And I mean, why wouldn't heaven smell amazing? You know what I'm saying? Like I just could only imagine. That's where the angels live. That's where God lives. Oh, I need what's ever in the lobby of heaven because I know it smells good. Okay, but this kind of just like makes me have that image in my mind. Like this is the lobby into heaven and everyone gets like a lifetime supply of shea butter. You can't be ashy in heaven. You can't be ashy on earth either, but definitely not in heaven. You're too close to God to be ashy, okay? It's clean, light, airy, very whimsical, but still grounded with the musk. There's kind of like ozonic. Are there ozonic notes in here? Yeah, there is. Man, my nose knows. You know, it's like I know what I'm doing. You know, I know what I'm talking about. There's an ozonic note in here. So it kind of pulls like a little bit aquatic, but it doesn't lean like Dolce & Gabbana, like blue, you know, that I can't stand an aquatic fragrance. Like if I wanted to smell like Free Willy, I would have gone to the, you know, to the water park. But no, I want to smell like the sea breeze is coming through, like French gates, like French windows. You know, I want to have linen drapes blowing in the sea breeze. That's what this gives as you're like you're not folding it, but it's been folded for you. Your laundry, and it's just smelling sweet and clean and just yummy. It's so good. I get so many compliments when I wear this. All of these fragrances really, but this one in particular is also one I would like to wear to the gym. That kind of fresh and clean. The other fragrance, Letta, that smells fresh and clean, but like more sophisticated, more office. This smells like more like lived in, like everyday kind of fragrance. It's not gonna be offensive. This is so beautiful. And if you can get your nose on it, please do. I mean, they sell it at Sephora, I think most of these fragrances, so you can get your nose on it and get travel sizes. Don't go ahead and buy a full size because fragrance, if you don't know, it's a very expensive hobby and nobody needs 400 bottles of fragrance. Please, let's normalize getting travel size to try it out. You might not like it, you might love it, and that makes you more enticed and more like just excited to buy the full size bottle. It's okay if you're just testing it out. Let's normalize that. Ooh, it's about to pour. We're about to get some ozonic notes from heaven right now, okay? 1111, she's gorgeous. She also has a flanker called 1111 Vanilla. Now, you could go either or with that. To me, because this has like a sweetness to it, it has that vanilla in there and white amber, so it leans like it's warm and fresh at the same time. I don't think you need both of them, but go ahead and smell like and see which one you like more. To me, this is beautiful, and there's not much of a difference with the flanker. There's not so much more vanilla in it that is like, oh my gosh, I need to have this also in my collection. I literally got a travel size of that one just because I wanted to smell it like what it was like, and I'm so glad I didn't go ahead and buy a full size because it's literally the same thing. And I already have 2 backups of this because it's such a beautiful fragrance to have in your collection. So this is the fragrance that actually inspired this video because this is what I was wearing on my 12-hour travel day. I was flying back from LAX to Jacksonville. Getting from LA to Atlanta was fine, but I was stuck in Atlanta. And when I tell you Atlanta to Jacksonville is less than an hour, like that flight is super easy. But we were stuck at the airport for almost 5 hours waiting for our crew. Our plane was there, everything was there, weather was fine, but the weather wherever the crew was stuck in bad weather. So we were waiting on them, and I was dying. When I tell you I was dying because we were so close, I literally could have had rented a car and drove home. But anyway, we made it, alas. But on the last leg of my trip, I had got so many compliments. They're like, I went to the Delta Lounge literally to grab a dirty Shirley because after a long day like that, you can't do a regular Shirley Temple. Make her dirty. Okay, extra dirty, please. And so I go to the bartender and I'm like, can I have a dirty Shirley? He's like, ooh, what is that wonderful smell? And I'm like, is it me? Because at this point, I could not smell my fragrance anymore. I do not know what he's smelling, but obviously I still smell really, really good. And he was like, what are you wearing? It smells so delicious. And I'm like, oh, it's called Xtra Milk by Dead Cool. Now, when I said that to him, he was just like, what is it called? Because he's never heard of this brand before. And this is a smaller brand. It is sold at Sephora. Once again, you can get the full size or they have travel size of this. And this is such a beautiful scent. So Dead Cool makes milk and extra milk. So this is a more intense version of milk, but honestly, I prefer this one a little bit more when traveling because it performs a little bit better and it's a little bit stronger than milk. Like honestly, I was nose blind to it. I couldn't smell it on me, but the fact that I was getting complimented so much, and towards the last leg of my trip, this performs very, very well. This is great to keep with you. It's not offensive at all, but let's get into some of the notes. So this has bergamot, amber, white musk, and milk accord. Now, this is very creamy and fresh at the same time. It's very comforting. And I think that's why so many people, when they were giving me compliments, they were like, oh, you smell so nice. They had that reaction. I brought them comfort because it smells like you just took a blanket out of the dryer and it's nice and fresh and warm, and you have for me, okay, I like cow's milk. Okay, sue me. I like the cow's milk. I personally can drink a cold glass of milk. That was one of my favorite things as a kid, fresh baked chocolate chip cookies and ice cold milk. I would put ice in my milk. That's the only way I can drink it. And I'll have almond milk in my lattes and stuff, but if I'm having a chocolate chip cookie, give me the cow. Give me the milk from that cow's teat right now, because that's the only way to have it. So anyway, that's what I get. You're having an ice cold glass of milk cozied up on the couch with a freshly laundered blanket. It's just cozy and sweet and milky and creamy. It's so wonderful. This is such a beautiful fragrance and it performs really well. You will forget you're wearing it, but people will still be picking it up. This is honestly so underrated. Dead Cool, Xtra Milk. And what's also really cool about Dead Cool, they make some of my favorite fragrances ever, but they also create other products with these fragrances. So you can carry the fragrance story within your home. They have fragrance home spray in this scent. They have clothing detergent in this scent. They have even pet wash in this scent. Your dog can be getting complimented in the dog park, okay? Xtra Milk is that girl. Some people prefer milk, but honestly, Xtra Milk is that girl Who wants milk? If you can have extra milk, you know what I'm saying? Give it to me. I'll take some lactate. It'll be all good. We're gonna be just fine. But this is what inspired this video. I actually paired it with a body oil, which is gonna be next. This is what I wore as my base and then wore this fragrance on top to create the perfect sillage and fragrance bubble. So the next fragrances are actually body products. We have Brown Sugar Babe Level 13 body oil and the perfume oil. This is the body oil and fragrance oil that I used as my base on that travel day with Xtra Milk. If you haven't tried a Brown Sugar Babe oil, what are you doing? You need to right now. All of my fragrance combos that I ever share include a Brown Sugar Babe oil because they're amazing. Not only are they nourishing body oils, but the performance is insane. For a body oil, the way that these fragrances project, it's insane. And sometimes this is a really great way to try a fragrance before buying the original, because a lot of Brown Sugar Babe fragrances are inspired from designer or niche fragrance houses. So it's such a great way, including this one. This one, Level 13, is inspired to smell like Le Labo's Another 13, which is one of my favorite freshy fragrances of all time. It's so good. It's like warm and sweet and fresh and creamy. And when I tell you, I always get complimented. This is the scent for your life because it's perfect to wear to the doctor's office. I get so many compliments. When I went to my gyno and did my annual this year, the receptionist was like, "Oh, I know you're a freshie." And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." Like, I miss those days where people like got dressed up to go to doctor's appointments and to the airport, honestly. But because they keep treating us like disrespectful and like cramming us in like sardines, it takes away from the joy of traveling. Like, I'm not gonna wear a 3-piece suit when I have to like share elbow space with 10 other people, you know? And you're charging me anyway. Woo! Take a breath. Take a breath, Tamar. The travel day is still recent, so it's still lingering. But anyway, back to the oil. This smells like Another 13 by Le Labo. The fragrance body oil is such a great introduction if you want to try Le Labo Another 13, because that's a very expensive niche fragrance. It's like $300 a bottle, and it's one of the best performing freshy kind of scents. Like, to be something so light and airy, it will last you a long time. But now you're gonna get it in a body oil, which is only going to bloom and permeate in the air even more. So I went ahead and I mixed this with my body lotion, and then I added the perfume oil at my pulse points. So I have the most amazing base that smells so good. Let me tell you the notes of this body oil and fragrance oil, which is very similar to Le Labo Another 13. So we have ambroxan, moss, and musk. There's vanilla in here. I feel like everyone loves this scent. If you don't like this, your nose is broken. I'm sorry. Your nose needs help. This should be the scent of our lives. Like, just clean, airy musk. Ambroxan is not a natural note, but it's a molecular note that like they make in a lab to kind of be reminiscent of that ambergris that we find in nature, that's warm and cozy, sits close to the skin. That's what life should smell like. When you go into public places, it should give you comfort, because it's already stressful to go into doctor's offices and to the DMV and to do adulting. Bring me some sensory relief by making it smell at least comforting, you know? And that's what this is. It's comfort in a bottle. Put it all over your body. Once again, this is another one that is great, not only for travel, but wearing to the gym, doctor's office. Like, when I say pleasant, everyone's gonna love it. Definitely get you some. And since we're talking about Le Labo Another 13, of course she's on the list. Brown Sugar Babe Level 13 body oil was inspired by this scent right here. This is Another 13 from Le Labo, one of their most popular scents. This has so many like molecular notes in the base that creates that beautiful like skin-like sillage. Like, when you're close to someone, it's like giving the person you love a hug, and they are not letting go. That's what it just smells like, wholesome love. And this also has beautiful floral notes in there. There's jasmine in here, which is my favorite white floral. When I tell you this is so perfectly blended, the perfumer behind this knew what they were doing, because they were able to tie in so many things from woodiness to musk to florals to skin notes. Like, it is the perfect scent. And I can't imagine someone not liking this. I know I keep saying like clean laundry, but this gives you the vibe of clean laundered like linens, airiness, but you also have like a bowl of fruit on a beautiful white marble Carrera island. It just smells like, it just smells like luxury to me. And luxury in my mind, everyone's wearing linen and white. Because if you wear linen and white all the time, you're not worried about getting dirty. You're not worried about getting messy. You're just living your best life. And that smells like this to me. So yeah, Le Labo, another 13. She is very expensive. Definitely try getting the brown sugar babe oil if you want to try out the scent. But this is also something that is worth the investment in my opinion, because although it is expensive, when you finish your bottle, you can actually do a refill at a much cheaper price. So you can send in your bottle to Le Labo, they will refill it for you, and it's a much lower price than buying another bottle. So definitely worth the investment, but yeah, it's a little bit more upfront, but such a gorgeous scent to have in your collection. Easily one of my favorite fragrances to wear when traveling to the gym, just doctor's appointments. It gives you so many compliments, and it's so beast mode. That's so crazy to me because it's so light and airy and whimsical in that way. And you would think it would just like poof, disintegrate after like an hour. But this has such great longevity. I'm telling you, like 6-7 hours on the skin, which is saying a lot. And just imagine how it would perform on your clothes. Like days later, I'm still smelling this, and it's such a beautiful scent to smell. Like, oh, so good. Definitely worth having. Next up is a fragrance that I think I've talked about before. I have a love-hate relationship because I didn't want to love this fragrance, but I love it so much. This is actually my third bottle. I have 3 travel size of this fragrance because I have it in like different purses. To me, it's one of the most perfect scents ever created, and it was done by Kylie Jenner. I did not want to like this just on like principle, like because dang, this girl's just taken over every single category and vertical. But this is a beautiful fragrance. She's floral, she's fruity, she's a little mysterious. She also gives Meredith Blake vibes. To me, this smells like, I had this teacher growing up. Her name was Miss Stevens, 4th grade. She was my homeroom teacher. She was that girl. She had a bob, honey. She had a bob, honey. Miss Stevens had a bob. She always had her nails done, French tip, okay? And she was to me, she was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. She had people would probably tell her to get a nose job, but I just loved her nose. It was just stunning. She had a Lady Gaga nose, right? And then she would wear her big glasses. And the bob, honey, she was fire. And she smelled just like chic. She wore beautiful clothes, 2-piece sets. And like, I just was like looking at her up there with the overhead projector, like doing long division. But I'm just like looking, I'm like, I want to be Miss Stevens growing up because she was just so effortlessly chic. And that's just what like reminds me of her, like this particular scent. I feel like this is youthful, but to me this just gives like grown and sexy in a way, like grown and she's taking care of business, grown and she got a spreadsheet about everything. You know, she is very just smart and chic and business savvy. And this probably was inspired by Kris Jenner, like now that I'm describing all of these things, because this was to talk about like a cosmic love, like something out of this world. And there's nothing like a mother's love, you know? And I think that's what the shape of the bottle is. It's like Kylie and her sister were hugging a clay pot. And this is the formation that was created, which I think is so clever. It's so beautiful. But yeah, Miss Kylie did her thing with this one. I had to give her little flowers because cosmic, the fact that I went through this fragrance so fast and I repurchased, it says a lot. This fragrance also does not perform the best, but to me that doesn't take away from the beauty of the fragrance, and I don't mind reapplying. I mean, that's why there's a little atomizer there. That's why you do that to wear your perfume. If you want more of it, we need to just get over the fact if fragrances like last a long time or they last forever, that doesn't take away whether or not like you should like get your nose on it or have it in your collection. Because did you enjoy the scent or not? Did you enjoy the experience or not? Okay then, I love this fragrance. And yes, she's not here for a long time, but she's here for a good time. And I'm going to appreciate the moments that we have together. And when I need a re-up, guess what? That's why they keep travel sizes. I have one in my purse. Like I have, oh, this smells so good. There's like the sweetness is not overpowering, but it's just enough. Tied in with the musk and the warmness. Ah, this smells so, so good. Definitely worth having in your collection. I think it's like under $100. You can grab this at Ulta. Once again, grab a travel size if you want to test it out, if you're like, you know, dipping your toes into cosmic, but man, she's gorgeous. Literally perfection, no notes. I mean, she could be, you know, she could last longer, but honestly, I don't care. Like, I don't mind reapplying my fragrance. I'm gonna reapply anyway, just because I'm extra, so. Oh well. So it has star jasmine, blood orange, red peony, vanilla musk. Oh, the star jasmine. The star jasmine is my favorite kind of jasmine. If this is like a goal of mine, if I ever was able to like build my dream house in the backyard, I would want like a wall of star jasmine because the way that they're so fragrant when they bloom, it's so gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous scent. No notes, Kylie. You did your thing. You did it. The last fragrance is a whopping $27, which I think is amazing. You can actually get this in a perfume version, but I have the body mist. This is I'm a Musk by Finery. You can get this at Target. This fragrance is the perfect musk. If you want to make a fragrance really unique, really your own, like any fragrance. Imagine like you're wearing, I don't know, Delina, or you're wearing Wash, any fragrance. Add a musk, add a skin scent to it, and it becomes uniquely your own. There's something about wearing a musk that pulls and leans into your pH and creates a completely different scent. It's like your signature. It's like a fingerprint. It's not gonna smell like anything else, like skin scents in particular. So if you wear a fragrance and then you add a skin scent, you are literally creating a masterpiece, like one of one. And this is such a great topper to a fragrance layering combo because it is a body mist. So it's a fine mist that you can just add in your hair as a topper, a refresher. Oh, there's like a creaminess to it and a nuttiness that I like. What is that? Let's look at the notes. Oh, it's the cashmere woods. That's what it is. So we have ambrette, soft musk, and cashmere woods. This is such a great one to keep on the go. But they also make a parfum or eau de parfum of this. So if you want to have like a little bit more longevity, but this performs really, really well. Like the fact that you could get this for under $30 and it performs like a fragrance, like an EDP, this is totally worth getting. They have so many fragrances that are inspired of designer and niche scents. I don't know if this is an original scent or this is something that's inspired. I've never smelled anything like this. This is like such pure musk. It smells like a bunch of musk together. It's beautiful. I don't know what else to say. And for the price, you can't beat it. Absolutely worth getting this. Oh, it is pouring, honey. Oh my gosh, this is like the perfect like cozy weather. It smells like I need to put a blanket into in the dryer, put on some Pride and Prejudice, and get cozied up on the couch. This is that kind of weather, and it smells like this. So, so good. All right, guys, so those are my top fragrances to wear while traveling. So I want you to smell good, stay fresh, safe travels, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, turn on notifications so you never miss a Curvy Lady upload. You know the deal. I don't mean to tell you, but I need to tell you, okay? So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.